All right. Well, hey, good day, everyone. This is John here, and we're going to get in and talk about some of the trending articles on the crypto space. Got an interesting day today for you. I was very happy to wake up and see that Ethereum was trading around 470 buckaroonies. So that's pretty nice for all of us, especially anyone out there holding ETH who's watching. But yeah, no, hey, let's get into things. Though, as always, thank you to all those who have subscribed. I really do appreciate it. I can't say that enough, and I'm going to say it every single stinking time. And if you go down into the description, you will find a link to the articles or links to the articles themselves. Everything I'm going to talk about today, so you can do your own research. It's very important that you do that. Don't just listen to talking heads like me. We're people. We can be wrong. Listen to a bunch of us. Do your own research and decide for yourself. But hey, first article up, just a quick touch on good old TEZOS. Class action lawsuit targeting ends after 3 years with a nice little settlement. So it came to conclusion after Judge Seaborg approved TEZOS' $25 million settlement on Friday. According to the judgment, the funds will be distributed amongst all persons and entities who participated in TEZOS' 2017 initial coin offering, or ICO, from July 1st to 13th, and sold their XTZ for a loss before November 25th of 2019, did not sell their tokens before November 25th, or are unable to access their XTZ due to lost passwords. That's right, it's another ICO lawsuit. Woo! Everyone's settling. It took that long to work all these 2017 ICOs through the courts. Gotta love that. The plaintiff's counsel was also awarded attorney fees equal to a third of the settlement funds, plus roughly $203,000 worth of litigation expenses that the defendants must pay separately. So TEZOS is taking quite the punch on the chin from this, but just remember, they are active participants in this. They negotiated it, and they knew it going in, so they got the funds to do it. I think TEZOS is down a little bit. Might have something to do with this news working its way out to us. But yeah, no, the settlement also saw plaintiffs relinquish their right to make future claims against TEZOS and the other defendants. So that's actually nice. That means TEZOS Foundation can put it behind them. The judge felt that the agreement in the settlement was fair, reasonable, and adequate. And it's the first time. Many of the things they talked about, it was the first time they were being done, or close to the first time. So he seemed pretty pleased with himself. But yeah, no, the case began in December of 2017 when a group of private plaintiffs sued TEZOS founders Kathleen and Arthur Breitman, along with the TEZOS Foundation, alleging that the project's ICO compromised an unlicensed security offering. Pretty much any ICO that happened in America other than Ethereum has been deemed an unlicensed security offering, though the punishments for that have been non-existent, mostly due to the fact that it's an emerging technology at the time, and all these other different factors that the SEC was like, well, you were wrong, but this didn't exist 2 years ago, so just pay back the money and you'll be fine. And that seems to be what's happened here. It's worked its way through the courts. It's good to go, and now TEZOS can move on. I own a little bit of TEZOS, just a little bit. I much prefer Cardano, though I know there are people out there who prefer TEZOS to it, and that's absolutely fine. But hey, let's hop on over. Tron, so that big announcement of an announcement has come through, and it was a twofer. So Tron founder Justin Sun made a landmark. Well, they actually used the word landmark in this announcement yesterday. It is actually a pretty decent one. Became known a few hours ago that Tron has entered into a strategic partnership with Band Protocol, which is one of Chainlink's biggest challengers in the Oracle field. The goal of the partnership is to bring the Band Protocol oracles into the Tron ecosystem. In addition, a TRC20 based Band token is being researched to be used as a collateral asset in Tron's DeFi. So, good for you guys. That's good. It really is good. But as part of this strategic partnership, the Tron Foundation is already working closely with Band Protocol to advance its integration into the Tron ecosystem. The first of this is going to be with Just, which is Tron's stablecoin protocol to secure about 30 mil in collateral. So this is actually a big announcement, and they're actually doing something big. Justin's not just being his usual self, and that's not where it ends, though. He did comment on the new partnership, though. He did say, we are ecstatic to enhance Tron with the most valuable Oracle product on the market. That's arguable. This integration marks a new era of high-quality partners, protocols, and services migrating to Tron's blockchain. Also arguable, but still, good news for Tron. Also, the real big announcement, however, was different. So it was a twofer, like I said. Via Twitter, Justin Sun announced his own DeFi meme coin, Sun. As Sun wrote via Medium, Sun has no venture capital or private equity investments, no pre-mining or reserves for the team, and is fully community run through its open source smart contract. In other words, Sun is a governance token similar to Yam or Sushi, which will serve as the governance of the project and will also provide liquidity, allowing Tron holders to stake their tokens to obtain Sun, which can be sold in secondary markets or used to vote on proposals to improve the network. In this sense, Sun stated that it hopes to replicate the success of similar Ethereum-based projects. So there we go. Tron will celebrate the official launch of Sun on September the 16th. Tron owners can start the Sun Genesis mining as early as September 2nd. Tron owners will have to visit the official website, sun.market, and place their TRX on the smart contract address of the Genesis mining pool. Within 14 days, the smart contract will refund all credits to the user's accounts without any fees. And it looks like there's going to be 19,900,730 Sun in total. Interesting. So if you got yourself some Tron that's just sitting around, like I do, that is down still 70% from its all-time high, like I do, this might be an interesting little thing you can get into. Since it's smart contract, chances are pretty good you'll get everything back. I mean, roll them dice. This is crypto. But still, this is actually two good big announcements that Tron put out. Like not memey, not spammy, not kind of misleading. Band is an exceptional protocol that is trying to challenge Chainlink in the market, and DeFi is the hottest thing right now. So yeah, no, I actually agree with Justin on this one. That was pretty announcement worthy. But hey, let's hop over. I actually got a pair of articles to talk to you about Sushi. So for those of you who don't know, Sushi is a fork of Uniswap, and it was launched last week. That's right, last week. SushiSwap has gained traction as the hottest thing in DeFi at the moment. It aimed to build on the popular token swapping protocol, but offer a native token as a reward to liquidity providers. Uniswap does only offer a 0.3% share of its trading fees to those who deposit collateral on the platform. Clearly, this isn't enough for avaricious yield farm, or avaricious? Avaricious, I like that. Greedy. Yeah, they're saying greedy. Yield farmers who over the past few days have been moving their liquidity over to SushiSwap. So SushiSwap uses Uniswap's liquidity pool tokens as an earning mechanism for its own 13 liquidity pools. In what has been termed vampire mining, liquidity farmers have been loading up these pools so much that the total value locked now exceeds $1.1 billion. It launched a week ago. It has $1.1 billion. I'm trying so hard not to curse. Like, I got a kid on the way, and I'm trying to keep things PG on this YouTube channel. I curse like a sailor in my everyday life, and this is an immense challenge for me. Okay, this equates to around 77% of the liquidity on Uniswap being moved in just 85 hours since rewards were launched. Sushi token prices are trading at about $760 according to CoinGecko, which is an increase of nearly 1,000% in 3 days. Now, Sushi has drawn a lot of criticism, especially after what happened with YAM when it completely collapsed. There is a version 2 of it launching on some marketplace somewhere. I saw someone commented that yesterday, so cool. Glad they're trying to stay in the game. But there were some initial concerns because, much like YAM, SushiSwap was not audited. Peck Shield has announced that they are starting their security audit of SushiSwap, and QuantStamp will be following per Sushi's team. So that's a good thing that they're opening it up to it. Hopefully they find plenty of critical issues and vulnerabilities that can then be quickly patched, so it makes the platform safer for everyone. That's the point of those audits. Typically they'll do the audit, it'll be completed, the team will patch whatever, and then they'll release the results of the audit, so that way no one can exploit things. Not too bad, not too bad. Good for SushiSwap. And then, if this $1.1 billion doesn't get you going, there's a guy out there who's earning $170 in sushi every minute. Just wanted to let that sink in. That is insane, but he does have to tolerate some insane risks. So the user, going by the handle High Stakes Cap, took to Twitter to explain how he's earning about $250,000 a day. He's using almost 7,000 Ethereum, which that's a lot of Ethereum. And so he's got 7,000 Ethereum worth of sushi, and he's earning $56 every 20 seconds. In other words, he's using almost 3.3 million in sushi to farm the liquidity pool, where he has to stake the same amount worth of Ethereum in Uniswap's Sushi ETH pool, for which he will receive Sushi ETH and Uniswap version 2 LP tokens. He then has to stake those in SushiSwap's protocol and earn the APY of around 2,202% at the time of writing. Confused? Yes, DeFi is confusing, but that is insanity. He does say, I won't do it for long because I don't like this kind of risk, but I'm okay with it because I won a lot these days. Don't do it if you're not comfortable to lose it all. And I will certainly sell all my sushi around $10, which will tank the price of sushi, probably, at least for that day. But dang, that is a lot of money. Personally, if I was earning $170 every minute, every 30 minutes, every hour I would sell 30 minutes worth. Just constantly be keep half, sell half, keep half, sell half, keep half, sell half. Because my goodness, that is a lot, and I don't know. I've got hands of iron. I've held through the 2017-2018 crash. I've held through Black March. I couldn't hold through this. I'd be selling because that's way too much money. Or I would sell every other day. Get myself $250,000 every other freaking day. Dear Lord. You do that for 2 weeks, which is 7 days, and that's $2.5 million. I'd never have to work full time again. It's insanity. In this particular scenario, two of the risks are that, smart contract issues and the fact that it hasn't been audited yet, though it is on track to being audited. It is a lot, but that is absolute insanity, and I felt you guys would want to hear it. But, alright, so that does it for article number 4. Stand up, stretch, turn around, spin around, sit down. Let's start on over and get back into 5. Alright, so hopping on over to article number 5. CoinShares opened up its $1 billion crypto coffers to a public audit. So for those of you who don't know, they manage over $1 billion worth of crypto assets. In a Cointelegraph interview, Chief Operating Officer Richard Nash said that he hopes this will give it advantages over its rivals like Grayscale. They want to bring comfort to their stakeholders, whether that be investors or people looking at us through a normal regulatory lens. Basically saying, since it's public and anyone can view it, you can see what we're doing well, you can see what we need to work on, and hopefully that builds confidence. At any given time, approximately 70% of the reserves are locked up with a custodian. The rest is used for trading and lending. Nash believes that this is the first time ever an investment firm in this space has opened up its reserves to public scrutiny like so, and they're hoping it pays off big dividends for them. I think it could. I give it a 50-50. Like, there's a 50% chance that it shows they're doing things really well and that helps confidence, or it shows that they've got a lot of issues that they need to work on and that could actually hurt them in the short term, but it might still help them in the long term. So I'm pretty interested to see where this goes. Grayscale's assets under management are 5 times the size of CoinShare. Heck, at this point, they're probably closing in on $6 billion. Though the company does not provide a live public audit of its reserves, its entire portfolio is locked away with Coinbase, which serves as its custodian. And that is a fairly old name in the crypto space and fairly trustable, as all of you know, though not without its criticisms, many of which I do feel are legitimate. But still, good for CoinShare. It's interesting to see another first in the crypto space, and I'm excited for them, I guess. Not that it really matters for little guys like me, but hey, that's that. So, Tether. Tether's back. Number 3. Oh man, it just passed up by XRP, though not by much. As of right now, well, I looked at this before I started the video, USDT market cap accounts for $13.4 billion, while XRP is only $13 billion flat, so it's only $400 million away. It can easily get that third spot back. Don't worry too much. Both cryptos have significantly increased their market cap. Yeah, Tether's added almost $4 billion this year to its market cap. And XRP's drop does come shortly after senior Ripple exec claimed XRP is not competing with stablecoins well enough. They were saying that they think that stablecoins and central bank digital currencies will create a synergy, quote unquote, everyone's favorite business phrase, by responding to the liquidity problem, bridging independent crypto assets like XRP. I don't know. I think they could still have some issues, in my opinion. If everyone's using a central bank digital currency, once they can agree on an exchange rate and atomic swaps, why do they need XRP? Did I say that out loud? Whoops. So, Tether's new market cap milestone comes amid massive growth in stablecoins this year. Both Tether and USD Coin, or USDC, have been hitting major milestones recently. USDC broke $1 billion in July of this year. By providing a stable cryptocurrency, Tether is the largest cryptocurrency in terms of daily transaction volume. Tether's daily trading volume accounts for over $10 billion, which outstrips Bitcoin's $9.5 billion. Look, stablecoins do have a really important role right now. I do own some stablecoins. It makes sense. If I'm unsure about whether or not to invest in the market, or if I just had a coin that shot to the moon and I'm expecting a large drop to be incoming, I can switch over to a stablecoin, watch the drop happen, and then switch back over. It's a very convenient thing to have and to use, and Tether was the first one. It's the largest one because it was the first one. It's had its issues. It makes me nervous sometimes, but this is the crypto community. Pretty much everything makes me nervous. That's just how this game is played. But interesting to see that Tether has surpassed it. I'm sure XRP will take it back. I think it's currently trading at 29 cents. If it can get back to 31 or 32, that might be enough to add that 400 million to push it back over the top. So there we go. But hey, touching on Ethereum real quick. Ethereum miners saw a record profit, $500,000 in transaction fees in just 1 hour, because the transaction fees are skyrocketing. But yeah, no, its community is pretty concerned over these steep fees, and increasing gas limits per block could also lead to its own problems. So it's a darned if you do, darned if you don't type of situation. While record revenues are undoubtedly welcome for miners, the Ethereum community has been raising concern over steep and constantly growing transaction fees for some time now. Ethereum co-founder acknowledged the issues with fees on Twitter today, but reiterated his stance that Ethereum users should be using Layer 2 technology to get around. He quoted as saying, "To those replying with gas fees are too high, my answer is that, well, then more people should be accepting payments directly through ZK Sync, Loopring, or OMG. Seriously, scaling to 2,500 transactions per second for simple payments applications is here. We just need to use it." That's a fair point, though I do think a lot of the congestion coming from Ethereum right now is the strain that DeFi is putting on it. Those are some pretty complex transactions. Simple transactions, yeah, it's probably time to start moving over to these layer 2 solutions a bit faster, and that will probably help with things. Ethereum has in the past raised their block limit from 10 million to 12.5 million, but that's also causing its own issues. The larger those get, it causes the network to balloon. It's just this whole thing that, thank goodness, the Medallia testnet seems to be going pretty darn well, because we need to start getting Ethereum 2.0's phases rolled out, so that way it can scale better. Otherwise, despite the fact that they are the first movers, we're going to see more of a migration and more of different blockchains stepping into the light. Tron is making a valiant attempt. Cardano is heading that direction by the end of the year, so Ethereum needs to get its butt in gear. But hey, to round things off today, talk a little bit. There was a 1,400 Bitcoin Electrum wallet theft that may have been transacted on Binance. May have. So on August the 30th, a GitHub user made a post about losing 1,400 Bitcoin via an elaborate hack that affected his Electrum wallet. N-chain analysis indicates the hackers had a Binance account, and that's kind of where it ends. So the conclusions offered by N-chain analysis are more probabilistic than deterministic. Means this is what they think probably happened, but they're not sure. So, even so, there's no clarity on how the attack was perpetrated, as Electrum software is considered to be secure if properly configured. The claimant said that the attack happened after he ran the wallet for the first time since 2017. Ergo, it might not have been properly configured for 2020. He alleges that when he installed a software update, possibly a fake one, his entire balance was transferred to an unknown address. Yeah, probably a fake one. 2 hops away from the scammer's address that the money was sent to is a 5 Bitcoin Binance withdrawal that occurred January 2018, but that corresponding transaction number is associated with over 75 different addresses, according to a Binance spokesperson, and is not from a specific Binance user. So that's where N-chain was like, well, it's associated via 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and Binance is like, yeah, that's probably not enough. After gaining control over the 1,400 Bitcoin, the criminals began to move them around and diversify them into smaller wallets. On a few occasions, the Bitcoin node that processed these transactions was traced to St. Petersburg, Russia, though it is possible thieves were using a VPN to obscure their true location. I would say that's more than likely they were using multiple different VPNs. They'll get it through a couple coin mixers, they'll wash it through a couple different cryptos, do some atomic swaps, and this stuff will be nigh untraceable in under 24 hours. Again, be very, very careful where you download things. Be very, very careful what you do. I actually really like the Exodus wallet because when it's time for an update, it tells me in the wallet that it's time for an update, so I don't have to go to any external sites. That being said, do your own research, do your own stuff. I've seen multiple different wallets that offer some sort of thing. MetaMask is very good from what people have said. I've dabbled in it before, but I don't own a crap ton of Ethereum that I'm playing around with on DeFi, so I haven't delved too deeply into my MetaMask. But there's a lot of different options out there for you. Just be very, very careful with them. But hey, that does it for the trending articles today. Let's hop on over to CoinMarketCap, give this the old refresh, see where we're at for the top 10 coins by market cap. Bitcoin's up by just over a percent. Ethereum, $470, up 8% on the day. Nice. Tether sitting at 3. XRP, 28.9 cents. So yeah, it could get back up there. It just needs to hop up another cent or two, up 2% on the day. Chainlink sitting at number 5, down 2% on the day. Not a big deal. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Bitcoin SV, and Crypto.com coin are all up under 1%. And Binance.com, or Binance Coin, sorry, is flat. Cardano's up 6% on the day, back in the 12-cent range. Honestly, I really think it should be like 13 or 14 cents, but I am definitely biased. EOS is up. Tezos is pretty flat. Tron up 15.68% on the day after all these different announcements, back in the 3-cent range. Ooh. I'll be interested, and I mean very interested, to see how their SushiSwap or their Sun DeFi platform goes. Trying to see if there's anything other crazy we should talk about. Whatever UMA is up 27%. Dear Lord. Compound's up 10%. Good for Compound. Ampleforth is up 24%. Dear Lord. Lordy, lordy. Flexicoin's up 46%. Lord only knows. And DeFi.money is up 64%. So there is a lot of craziness going on. SushiSwap up 139%, sitting at $9.85. So it's closing in on $10. Mr. $250,000 a day is going to be selling it soon. We'll see how that affects the market. But yeah, that'll do it for today. As always, if you made it to this point, you might as well subscribe, because, well, you get to hear me talk every day. And isn't that reward enough? No, it's not. I know. But do appreciate all those who have subscribed, all those who listen, all those who participate down in the comment section. If where you're finding me has comments, I appreciate it. I really, really do. That'll do it for today. I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow. Peace.